everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 45. Getting up there. We're almost at a year.
Are we streaming?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, see, Ralph, I have the control.
New cast, who it is?
Yes! Yes! He's scowling. I imagine he's scowling.
For people that weren't we weren't recording, there's a whole new phone who dis thing that we had going on. I'm not going to explain it, but it makes sense in our little world of context.
It needs no explaining. Let it lie.
Okay. So yeah, it's 45, almost at a year. So I wanted to talk about, just because Ralph and I were having a little discussion before the cast, and I figured we could get through this pretty quickly, and the Comp Bros will have absolutely no care in the world about it. I finished Breath of the Wild.
Don't tell us what we do.
I know you won't. I finished Breath of the Wild this last
I have much care about this.
Okay. Explain. How much care?
Much?
That sounds like a lot.
And Ralph actually got to play it while he was on vacation. And apparently he has some words, which I'm curious about. Because I also have some words.
Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the non-Zelda fucking maniac here on this topic.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, so the last time I played a Legend of Zelda game was Four Swords on my 3DS, maybe 2.5 years ago now? Before that, the last one was Majora's Mask 6 years prior to that. So I'm not exactly, completely up on Zelda lore.
Well-versed.
Yeah, but after watching and playing a solid amount through this game, I liked a lot of the homages they played through the game. A few of the dungeon music is, if you slow it down, it's ocarina music. Saria's song, Song of Time, Song of Sun. There's
a lot of musical cues.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good, and they're Easter eggs technically, because it's you only see it if you either speed the song up or slow it down. So it's cool. My biggest problem with this game is that a lot of the mechanics they went with weren't tuned. I felt it's too much. The weapons in the game, most of which break after you hit something 3 or 4 times with it. I get that, okay, weapons drop from literally everything, so you have a plethora of options, but you have essentially 3 types of weapons and a couple upgrades of each weapon, and each one breaks after basically the same amount of hits. It was really annoying to me to play this game and go through that, because, well, yeah, I understand the whole meta of worrying about your weapon's durability. Too much emphasis was put on that.
It's hit and miss for a lot of people.
It took a lot of the enjoyment away from me. A lot. Just because I wanted to play the game adventures, just jump around and enjoy shit, but I couldn't, use the fucking shield to slide around it without it fucking breaking. And now there's a fucking guardian out of nowhere, and I got no shield to reflect the laser beam at.
I love there's been like a shit ton of fan art in this game, but one of my favorites was just like Link casually strolling through the wild, and then you hear like intense piano solo, and it's like his face just drops, and then it's Guardian like chasing after him.
I mean, I figured out how you fucking dumpster those things early on enough. You just have to counter the fucking laser at it when it shoots.
That or bow it in the face. One of the two.
Yeah, but the easy way to go about it is just to, I'm gonna call it perfect block. Your perfect block, the fucking laser. Like, the moment you hear that ding, if you guard at that exact moment, the laser that comes at you is going to rebound up your shield and hit the thing in the mouth and basically auto-kill it.
It's pretty fun.
It is. It's great. Mechanic, because when I was watching my friend play, and she had been playing it for a lot longer than I had, the thing would come out of nowhere, and she would just scream, cry, and run. So when I picked the game up, I was like, nah, that's not going to be me. Bring it, motherfucker. And I died twice, but I picked up on the shield thing pretty quickly, and I was like, hey, you're my
It's amazing how much your upgrades and your armor upgrades and getting better weapons affects your mindset in that game. Because when I first ran to Guardians, when I had shit equipment, I was running. I was like, fuck this. Yeah. I'm not going to do this. and more actually like my horse killed me. Basically, my horse killed me by proxy more than the Guardians actually killed me. Like, I'd be like running
like
away.
The horse mechanics in this game a lot. I'd put it on par with Red Dead Redemption, which is saying a lot. It's just the funniest thing was how you could use the horse to pretty much turn over a Guardian if you run at it head first.
Oh yeah, there's
that was interesting. It's like, oh, it's upside down, jump off, hit leg, hit leg, hit leg, hit leg. Oh, it's crippled. Now it's the fucking just an easy thing to kill.
So were there? I guess what are your other gripes before I get into like just because it goes into a lot of fun little nuances.
My other gripes was that a lot of the environment felt empty for no reason. Like it was a great, expansive, open area game, definitely, but it didn't use the space well. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, it's beautiful landscape. Oh, it's just a great, the pinnacle of open world." I disagree. It was a lot of empty.
What do you define as empty?
Okay, for most of the outside land, it's either the same bogoblin camp placed around some little alcove, like either a water or a skull head. Other than that, it's just either a clearing full of grass, a small mountain, or a few trees. It's the same thing, copy pasta all over the map, except for the desert has its thing, the ice has its thing, and the the grasslands has its thing. But essentially, it's the same formula.
See,
and it's a lot of empty. Like it's just a lot of nothing is going on spaces.
For your definition, I can see why that makes sense to you. I disagree. Because to me, there's enemies at almost every turn. Finding the Koroks are everywhere.
Okay,
you gotta keep your eye out for.
Useless.
No, they give you inventory upgrades. They are not useless. They give you more slots.
Useless.
No.
In a game where your items break before you can max out your stash, it is useless.
I was constantly full all the time. All the time.
So I'm guessing you comboed your abilities rather than just beat the shit out of things, correct?
I'd use everything in my arsenal. Bow, whatever. And it got to a point where I didn't want to fight enemies just because I'd be exploring. Picking up items. Like, I usually always like to keep an axe, a hammer, and a Korok leaf on me at all times. And maybe a torch. Just so I could, as I'm running around, harvest stuff.
You don't even need to keep the torch on you. You can essentially drop that when you're done with it, because it's going to give you one when you need it. Every time.
Well, that's why I didn't really keep a torch around. But, like, all the minerals that I would find, you need a hammer. Otherwise, you're just breaking your stuff. Korok leaf would use with boats. Axes for when you need wood. So there's supplies all around you.
You don't really need the boat, though. But yeah, again, but that's true. I'm not going to argue that point, but it just
to me. So for me, the world was not empty. I've played open world games. Red Dead Redemption. That world is empty.
Again, that's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of these open world games have wrong with it. It's just a lot of empty space for no reason that things could be done with.
I was just giving an example, BG. But you're saying this is a problem with open world games in general.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's one of the things this game suffers
to me,
from.
That's a fair argument. Okay, that's fair.
Fair. This is from a game that everyone calls a cornerstone now, the new basis of all open world games. It still suffers these open world flaws, some of which stronger than most. I love the art, I love the gameplay style. But the weapons, the giant empty spaces, and the one of maybe 4 enemies on repeat, it wasn't enough, man. It kind of got boring. Essentially. You saw it was either a bokoblin, what are they called? Stalfos? I think that's what they were.
They're the bone version. So you got bokoblins, moblins, Lionels. Hinox.
Lionels. But those only you only come across 3 Lionels.
No. There's more. Believe me. I explored that map pretty extensively.
Okay.
The Choo-Choos, the Keese, Lizafos. There's a bunch. And to me, the enemies all were very distinct.
It felt like it kept running to the same people 1,000 fucking times while in between getting from this tower. That's the thing. It's just like between the beginning of the game to walking into the fucking cathedral in the castle, it felt like I kept running into the same 4 fucking people at repeat.
So my, I guess, argument for a game series that you enjoy Assassin's Creed, all the enemies were essentially the same.
Well, of course, it's a game set in realistic time. You're fighting people. Congratulations. People use a sword, an axe, a spear, a hammer, or a bow. Until you get to later times with guns. That's all that changes. In a fantasy game with as rich of a background as Legend of Zelda, to have such a limited amount of enemies seemed just bland.
I think it's pretty much par for the course for Zelda games. It
It
has
is,
about the
but
same
with-
amount of enemies in just about any other Zelda game. And
I
most
agree, but this is
other...
not like any other Zelda game. This is an open world Zelda game with multiple environments. There is a lot they could have done with this, a lot more when it comes to enemies. The game itself, again, there's not much more they could have done with the actual game. When it comes to the enemies itself, I felt like they they could have filled the world more. They could have made it more interesting. They didn't.
Is a fair argument.
Yeah, no. Again, it's a great base game. I enjoy playing it, obviously, because I still want to play it on my own time. But I felt that those are the strongest problems I have with the game in general.
There was a great quote I read recently about like the people who make these Zelda games, that they're always trying to outdo themselves. They're always trying to do this stuff.
Oh,
but,
of course.
But the quote in general is just like, we always strive for new heights with these games, but we know as soon as we put a gold stamp on this, there's a bigger mountain behind it.
Oh yeah. Without a doubt, that's just game design.
Because they have to top what they did, and
yeah, no, that's just game design. I mean, but to be fair, their game is still about 1 billion times better than Mass Effect Andromeda. Dear God, that game is a fucking.
Which I want to get to that in a second.
Holy shit!
No,
That's so funny.
I want to talk about that extensively, but I want to talk a little bit on the Zelda stuff just because I beat the game and I want to just kind of give my 2 cents on it.
Fuck Ganon, Calamity Ganon. Fuck that fight. Literally, fuck that fight. I watched my friend do it without the laser beams and with the laser beams, and both fucking fights suck.
See, because I'm such a stoop, like I try and do everything. The fight was simpler for me than most because I had fully upgraded armor. So he barely dented me, and then I had the Master Sword. Yeah. Still, though, like, just the challenge of the fight, like, the Calamity Ganon fight is the boss fight. The Beast Ganon one is just dressing. There's nothing to that fight. But,
no, Beast Ganon is just like a throwback, essentially.
It's like, hey, you remember him? Yep, okay, just target these spots. Okay, you win. Cool. But, so... my overall thoughts on the game. I played the shit out of it. I think when I tallied it up, at currently right now, I think I'm around 130 hours.
Jeez.
I did basically nothing but play this game for the last, since it came out.
Oh my God.
Including my lunch breaks at work, since I could take it with me.
And poop breaks.
Didn't do that at work.
Go ahead. No,
but at home, yes.
I have words for the Switch now.
And at Cavs games.
No, I didn't do that. I will say.
Adults here.
I will say that by far and large, this is the best Zelda to come out.
Not your favorite.
I disagree.
But it is not my favorite.
I don't think it's the best, and it's definitely not my favorite.
More people need to learn that distinction.
Ocarina of Time, I think, as far as mechanics and the gameplay and all of the nuance that they put into this gameplay. Like, I just saw a video of this guy got a guardian to fight one of the stone giants.
The stone edifice, yeah.
He just got them to fight each other. There's another video, which actually, Ralph, you posted a gif of it. A guy got an army of cuckoos, the chickens, to kill, like, a mob of enemies. He just carried it into battle. One of them hit it out of his arms. The cuckoos got pissed and swarmed the moblins. Just decimated them.
Absolutely destroyed them.
And then with all the items, like the speedrunners, a lot of these puzzles that they have in the shrines were designed to be solved a certain way, but that's not the only way that you can solve them. And that was it was very much intended that way, which I love. That it's like you played the game how you want to. yeah, there's just such little nuance in the gameplay things. Just, for example, like, little touches at the end. When Link is naked, when you're just running around the Hyrule naked and you're just sitting idle, he'll just start flexing.
Of course he will.
Just, just stupid idle animation. And then there's just other little touches here and there that I have to go through and look through all these freaking tweets that people keep posting on it. That is very, in all honesty, is very Nintendo. They like to add these little things that I personally like.
Oh, no, because that's the Nintendo personality. That's just what they do. And
Like,
of course, it's always a good thing.
For freaking example, their Pro Controller. On the right thumbstick, if you tilt it down and like the rim directly around the thumbstick is clear, there's a message on the circuit board that you can see through. It says like, "Love to all the gamers." Who the
Yuck.
just like such a stupid little thing, but it's like, hey, we'll just throw it in there.
Okay.
I remember seeing.
Go ahead.
I remember seeing an IGN article that was 100 little things in Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I saw that.
I'm like, well,
Yeah.
if I cared about this, I would click on it, but I didn't. But
And I didn't.
But
just information.
But yeah, like as far as like favorites, like best and all that, to me the best story in Zelda is still Skyward Sword. I felt more for the characters in Skyward Sword than any other Zelda. They did, again, the little things to make me feel for the characters more than Ocarina of Time.
I have yet to find a game that makes me care about the Zelda world more than Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. Those two games are essentially equal in my view.
Yep, Majora's Mask is my number 2 for best. Favorite is still Ocarina because I can't get past my sentimental stuff. But Breath of the Wild is...
That thing is, that game's build, that game's style, that game's comedy, that game's action is spot on. This game, most other Zelda games, it doesn't capture that same like emotion, same feel, the same enjoyment, the same.
Oh, it did for me.
It did. It really didn't. I played Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword with a friend, like on and off playing.
Yeah.
And those games, they just never like captured my attention like right out of the bat with fucking Ocarina. I was like, yep, I'm gonna 100% this game instantaneously.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask, it took me a few minutes to get into it, but once I realized what was going on, I was like, I'm playing this game like 12 times in the past. Next
for
month.
you, that game is very overtly dark, and that suits
Oh
you.
God, I loved it. It was like, okay, I've got Ocarina Link as a child going through this nonsense, which because of my friend is also a Nintendo nutcase, I got to watch a metric fuck ton of information about the Zeldaverse. And have you seen the theory that that Majora's Mask is actually the death of that?
Yeah,
of Ocarina's
yeah.
Link?
There are so many fan theories.
I actually believe
so
that
many fan
one.
theories.
But let's talk about this kind of stuff another time because we have other stuff we want to get
Yeah.
to. But before we switch, I want to say this. As a segue, let's switch to this. Yeah, I fucking hate the Switch. I loathe it. I actually have come to full-on despise this little tiny dick of a system. The screen is too fucking small. The controllers are for fucking 6-year-olds. I hate it. I actually hate it.
It's fine.
It is an awful, awful fucking pedaled system. If it's not docked, it's useless. I hate it. And I played it the handheld mode for the majority of my trip, and I fucking hated it.
Not possible.
The gyroscope in it sucks. Mike, that whole thing, like your little gyroscope thing you were talking about, its recognition sucks. It's awful.
Nah.
I hate
Fine.
it. No, it's not. It's garbage. It's a
possible.
fucking shit tier system. Burn it with fucking fire.
I'm going to
Leave it fucking plugged in
smile.
for your TV or not play it at all. I hate that thing.
I'm going to smile once it starts selling like hotcakes again.
I don't even care. I don't even care. I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I think it is fucking awful. It's
Whenever I
tiny
go to a
fuck-
diner,
it's
I
a
don't order
system made for
hotcakes.
Trump in his tiny little fucking hands.
Oh, it's
That's all I
French toast.
fucking have to say about it. I'm done with it.
I do.
Nah.
Fucking stupid little tiny
need to
dick
change
system.
that.
I'm done with it.
So what?
I've got no better option. I'll just complain.
All right.
Yes.
Mass Effect.
Oh boy. Anybody else here play that? BG, DA, you guys even seen anything about this game yet?
I've seen so many gifs.
Okay.
I've seen
BG?
one walking gift that
Oh.
ruled my life for a very long time.
Oh my god. So was it raptor legs plus the fucking Matrix
Swivelly
hair
arms.
and the Matrix hair? But did you see that one too?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so there is a GIF. There is an error. There is an error that if you use custom character creation, when you move, if you have the game set on anything above medium, your hair will flicker, move, and unattach from the model. It'll stretch, blur, and float around your head.
It's the future, man.
The character animation and the models of human people are fucking awful. I mean, they look worse than Mass Effect 1. 5 years, 300 employees, however much money was poured into this, and they couldn't make a functional game at release?
It functions.
No,
It's
it
not very
doesn't.
polished.
No. I literally sat there and watched videos, saw GIFs, watched all these YouTube fucking... Oh my god.
He pronounced it right that time.
It is a dumpster fire.
I also
It has as many bugs as Assassin's Creed Unity, if not more so.
like how just because The Witcher got popular, it's like, oh, we could totally show tits now. All right, let's go full in. Ass and tits, here we go.
I haven't even seen anything about that. I've just been seeing the character models just literally flop and fail.
Yeah, there's character models.
I literally the one new race that joins the new Shepherd. I'm gonna call the people Ryder. I think that's the guy's name is. Their introduction when he lands on the planet, their race in the cutscene in a hard program cutscene, they walk into the stairs, not up or down the stairs. They walk into the stairs.
Hey, they could phase through walls. You don't know.
I'm
shifting my eyes around like.
I was moderately expectant of good things for this game.
Yeah,
like, I was like, okay.
I wasn't.
After 3, maybe they'll learn their lesson. Maybe. I wasn't excited. I was just like, okay, I'm hopeful. Maybe some good will come of this game. And then I saw the first the whole thing about the female model when they first showed images off it, and they're like, okay, this looks a little wonky. Maybe it's alpha. Maybe it'll get fixed. Nope, that's the model at release. The model doesn't work. Nothing fucking works. Physics don't work. Fuck physics. We're in Andromeda. Fuck it, right?
From what I read, almost nobody from the original Mass Effect team is on this
Nope.
game, so that says something.
It's a whole new thing, and they have no idea how to work with the physics engine. It is bad.
This
is
is technically the C team.
Yeah, and the game is pretty.
The A
But it
team
doesn't
is
work.
working on a new IP. The B team is working on the next Dragon Age, I believe, and this is the
Mhm.
C team.
Mm-hmm. And this is the first of the new Mass Effect series. This is sad. This is just really, really upsetting because this makes Mass Effect 3's whole debacle look like Jesus has been reborn for gaming. The Mass Effect 3 is now like a Christ of gaming compared to what this thing is. It's
I
bad.
enjoy it because
Have you
otherwise
played
I
it?
would not know about this game. I would not care about this game. This game would not pass my mind. And BG is just flipping through gifs on NeoGAF, and it's just the funniest crap. So I care about this. This has brought joy to my life as opposed to complete and total apathy otherwise.
Great game.
Ugh.
10 out of 10 in DA's book.
10 out of 10.
Oh.
Never need to touch the controller.
I'm so glad. I was very close to buying this game because Kevin was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy it." I'm playing through all the new Mass Effect games. I'm playing through the old Mass Effect games. Like, okay, maybe I'll buy it. I'll look into it. And I turned on the streams. I watched the stream, and I literally in the span of a half hour saw like half those gifts happen, and I'm like, whoa, nope.
Yeah, next game on my radar is Horizon. Now that I have time.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
that
haven't played
game-
that yet?
Not yet. I was waiting till I beat Zelda. Like
Yeah,
the,
that game
enjoyed
is
it greatly.
getting
yeah,
a
the
lot
only
of good reviews.
the only thing that I'm really doing in Zelda now, besides waiting for the DLC, is just getting the rest of the amiibo clothing, which I can do once a day. I just kind of turn the game on.
God, I hate that too.
Try and get the clothing. If I don't get it, save and turn
God,
off.
That system.
Did you hear the acting in this one?
No, I haven't.
The act like the for Mass Effect.
Yes.
Oh.
It's so bad.
There's one clip of my face is tired. This whole diatribe, it is acted so horrendously.
Yeah, no, they paid homeless people to just speak into a mic.
Well,
They went the
My-
4 kids route.
my question was that were the lines of this game recorded before the strike?
Do it matter?
Non-union actors would not have worked on the game then, which is a lot of the bigger names.
And
There are no big names in this game that I know.
I was firing actors that had more recognition, more clout, usually
Yeah, I
are better
didn't
actors.
notice anybody that was worth a damn.
Yeah, I'm looking on the behind the voice actors, and there's
It's
no
empty.
Laura's or Travis's
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Troy's.
Yeah, no, it's literally it's during the strike.
Okay.
And I tell you right now, this game is hurting. Even the No just posted a video about can the game even be fixed? It can't. This game is officially a flop, failure, dumpster fire with like just sprinkled baby diapers on top. It's done. It's a shame.
Sprinkled baby diapers. I'm just the visual. Are the used?
Yes.
Okay, just I'm
Why else would you
I'm
throw
trying to
them
paint
away?
a clear picture here.
Why else would you throw them away?
Defective?
Too small.
Yeah. There's many
And a
reasons.
big fat baby.
Yeah, there's many reasons, good sir.
But yeah, no, that
Recall.
Mass Effect, such an awful game.
could have been good.
It could have. It had a chance because the storyline they were going for, solid. The writing, no, but the characters baseline could have been interesting, but they weren't acted right. Their lines were dry. There were some actual good lines that I heard, but the delivery again was not there. Like they had some interesting character builds, and they just fell flat.
Ooh.
Bad day.
Funny day.
I will have to.
Oh, you want to hear about a funny day? Let me tell you about the first fucking day of my trip.
Oh yeah, Ralph has vacation stories.
Okay,
I'm hoping someone
So-
else has stories as well, but we'll get to that.
so you remember how every time so far I've gone to the Midwest, there has been something that happens to my bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first time I got Termidere, followed by a layover for 2 hours. The second one,
Fire Nation attacked your bus.
yeah, and then the second time, I got my bus mobbed with SWAT. Now, so this time I said, "Fuck it, I'll drop an extra $30 and take the fucking Amtrak, take it to Chicago, take the fucking train from Chicago down to fucking the stop in Indiana, right?" We're halfway through the trip, and we're told, "Okay, we have to slow down because heavy winds." This was on last Saturday morning now, so it was pretty cold and windy
Yes.
out towards Chicago area by you guys. So we're trucking along very slowly, braking here and there, and then I get that nice little ding, and we get a message. I pull my headphone off. I'm like, okay, maybe what's going on? Yeah, we're sorry for the inconvenience, folks, but they're doing rail maintenance due to some damage done from the cold and the wind. We will be stuck at this spot for the next 2.5 hours. We are opening the snack and dining car for your convenience. This is a train. This doesn't happen.
So Ralph, you know
Bus.
what have really passed up that
Wait!
2.5 hours?
No.
A Nintendo Switch.
No,
Yeah.
I had my 3DS. I just played X and Y some more. But so the train gets moving another hour and a half after the 2.5 hours are up. So essentially, I've been waiting extra 4 hours. I was set to arrive on Saturday somewhere around 10. I arrived at 2. Fun time. So we go past where the maintenance was, and you know what's on the side? A actual crew, a platoon of repair crew, and a segment of track that is split. The wind and the cold shattered a rail.
Oh man, that is some Alaska crap.
So in Chicago, does that count like as a first degree murder? Because I feel like just with the rate there, it's just everything.
Can I
Murder.
say something?
No, Mike, this was like, by Ohio. I think I was still in Ohio.
Oh,
Okay.
rip.
Well, we just suck, so that makes sense.
I was either in Ohio or at the Michigan border. I'm somewhere around that area.
So Toledo, that makes perfect sense.
Might have been Toledo, actually, yeah. So I drive past that. And at this point, I was mad. I drove past that, saw that, and I just laughed. I had nobody sitting next to me for this part of the trip, thankfully. But the girl in front of me, the guy behind me, they both look lean over my seat and look behind their seat because I am losing my shit.
Hang on.
I immediately pull my phone out. I text my friend, and I'm like, so, the Midwest does not fucking like me. Whenever I come out this far west, my life turns worse than shit.
It's sprinkled with baby diapers.
She responds with, I don't understand. I've never even heard of the shit that you've gone through every time you've tried to come out here.
Have you met my friend D.A.?
You said that you were laughing. That is the exact feeling that I have. I'm not angry. I'm not sad or anything. I'm just like, yep, this happened. And I laugh and I go, okay. And you guys are calling me crazy for doing that. I'm not. Now you understand that it's just like, it's out of my hands. What can I do but laugh?
Yeah. No, essentially.
There you go.
I laughed, sat back, blasted my music, and was just like, yeah, this is how my travels are when I come this far west. It was just a thing. I had never seen or heard of anything like that at all. Just ever.
It was probably the Termideer. He just is still alive to this day, and he's like, you know what? Fuck this rail. Headbutt.
Yeah, for real though. I just shook my head and laughed. I didn't even know how to react to it. I'm like, this is how? Literally how?
A little divine intervention, some terrible luck, Mother Nature. I mean, I could go on with some reasons to explain how.
So, for another part of my trip, the only other shadow on an otherwise outstanding week in Wisconsin, I have a question for all of you. You've all been on vacation, right?
Oh yeah,
roughly.
Okay. Have you ever gone on vacation with other people who, bring a friend that you don't know?
I'm going to say this.
No.
I'm going to say this about any gathering, about anything ever. Don't mix groups of friends.
Never.
Okay.
Okay, so I was listening to a episode I wasn't on, and DA was like, I don't know how old his friends are. I don't know who they are. That's right, you don't.
Yep.
You don't mix groups of friends.
This dude is a nerd, and he can meet nerd friends. Those are not the friends he's going to be meeting.
So, my friend, essentially this whole trip is because my friend's close friend, her family owns a timeshare cabin in the Dells of Wisconsin, which essentially is this water park town. It's great. It's a tourist trap, but it's actually pretty good. I didn't have to spend a thing because it was fully covered, but it was basically my friend and three of our friends, and then her friend's boyfriend and two members of his family.
You pulled that brake cord.
We didn't know this at the time. At the time of us going, we were believing that it was us four, and then the other two. So when the boyfriend brought his sister and his cousin, a dilemma arose. A problem was born. So, we all make jokes that I'm of the heavy side of the fence.
Oh yeah.
Very big fat person.
So
You fat!
This is the first time in my life I have ever interacted with somebody who was 500 plus pounds.
Our cousin. 2 of them actually are
So-
tipping that.
So
How
So this
do
is-
you move?
How do you let yourself get to that?
you want to know
And
how you
boy,
move
do they
when you're
always
that
have
way?
that butt stank.
With a lot. No,
It's the
here's,
same thing.
here's how you move. With complaints. Lots and lots of complaints. And when you're not complaining,
Myalgia.
you just don't move. This individual that I will not name, but she was a
She?
gargoyle. She was a
I used to work at
gargoyle
Burger King, you know,
of a
King.
trip. She left the room 3 times at best. Once was to go to the water park, one water park of the 4 we had access to. One time to go to the arcade for an hour. Spent nothing, just stood there. And then the other time was to go with us to breakfast.
I
That was
bet.
it. For a week. In a week, she left the room that many times. Now, how many times did she leave her room in that week? Once, besides the times I've just explained, whenever we would cook dinner. That was it. She never left the bed. She brought her laptop on vacation and sat in her room on the bed, Skyping and playing games all week.
Wish I was home.
No. She fully enjoyed being away, other than the fact that she was away, because the whole trip was filled with, "Oh, my back. My back is killing me. I can't do this.
Just a
I can't
big
walk
fat
nowhere. My feet are
complainer.
killing me. My
Your
feet are
body
killing me. I
cannot
can't.
support the weight. Lose pounds.
I wanted to go on the rides, but there's too many stairs.
There's
I-
2 stairs. 2 stairs too many.
So here's the
There should be a
kicker, Ethan.
ride to the ride.
Here's the
Oh,
kicker,
the escalator.
even.
Yeah.
She is such a socially awkward individual at this point now because of her reclusive
bet.
nature. She attempted to
Her
believe that
generous proportion.
the people that she met on this trip were instantly her friends and began to make very not okay jokes with people. So my friends, one friend we brought is a ginger, slightly, has no Irish background. So we're hanging around playing Cards Against Humanity, and he makes a small, little joke, and she just goes, "Oh, shut up, you Irishman." The room goes
Shut up, you
quiet.
potato farmer.
We're having fun. This silences the room for a good 5 minutes, just because of the awkward awfulness that is the joke. Then she takes a joke that we had been going on like the entire week. I think it was a Game Grumps thing, and she quotes it with no real reason, just blurts it out. Room goes quiet again.
Wonder what that's
15
like.
minutes. Then while we're waiting in line at the end of the week to get our bags back, she starts rubbing one of our other friends' backs for no reason. Just touches them, just caressing their back.
People. Don't touch people. Don't do that.
Again, making everyone very uncomfortable.
As a
While she makes
man
Bad
who
jokes.
was literally loved by a large woman, that is not what you want.
Nope.
There is, I say this all the time, I don't mind big women, but there is a ratio.
There's a limit.
And
You gotta at least have some height. You can't be a circle.
that's
You can't.
This
be
was a
Kirby.
This was a moon.
if you're a
Oh.
vertical oval, it's over. And that's that. There's no curvature. It's just one big terrible.
Just one big terrible.
I'm not mocking waiter size, because as somebody who was 320 pounds at one point, I'm not going to do that. My main complaint about this individual was that, knowing you were going to be uncomfortable, you left your house, took up a spot that somebody else could have taken, and then proceeded to be a bane on the trip. Nobody wanted to go back to the room, because whenever she left her small little cubby, she just brought down the mood every time.
Burden.
You merely
Oh,
That's the
adopted
word
the
you're
fact.
looking for, Ralph.
Hold on,
Burden.
I forgot one of the best parts. So
I was born into it, molded
Here's-
by it.
here's how the trip
I didn't
started.
see a Stairmaster until I was a man. By that time, it was already too late.
No, so get this.
The buffet is yours. With what you will.
Oh, that was so bad.
Okay.
The cholesterol rises.
And I did that, and I didn't do it because I want to go to heaven.
Oh. Oh.
Now,
When
hold
the
on.
chicken is battered, you have my permission to fry.
I'm crying.
I'm not in this, Jesus.
Oh. Oh man, that's the
Okay.
hardest laugh I've had in a while. Ooh.
Wow.
This is not me, Heavenly
Oh.
Father.
Oh, that was bad.
It was.
That was a bad
So-
one.
Your Kizardo's funny.
So
Sorry,
I
Ralph.
brought up the. I brought
God's
up the
already
awkwardness earlier.
smiting. See, I'm not in this. Oh Lord.
I brought this up
Oh.
about her awkwardness earlier, but here's how essentially the introduction went. This is how we knew off the bat that we didn't want to be around the room with this person. So how this worked was, it was a large cabin suite with essentially
Not large
three
enough.
large rooms. With three.
Oh,
with three
okay,
large
so
rooms.
that's acceptable, huh?
Yup.
Smite you.
So one room had a queen size bed. We let the person who essentially gave us the fucking cabin to use, and her boyfriend used that room. You know, it's just courtesy. You let us in. You have the biggest room.
Mm-hmm.
So my other friend my friend that invited me brought her fiance. There was another queen size bedroom, and we were like, yeah, no, you should take that. At the moment we start saying that, said hippopotamus, I'm going to label her as, because dear God, and I quote you, I can't sleep on a small bed. It's going to hurt my back. I need to take this room. Bearing in mind,
The floor is a small bed to her.
nope. Hold on. Because there was one other room in there with two twins in it, and she didn't want it. She just complained, "Oh, it's a twin. It's too small. I'm not gonna be able to fit on it right. I'm not gonna be comfortable. I need the queen, and her cousin, boyfriend's sister, can take the couch." Leaving me and the last other friend that we brought with my group to have the twins.
Who invited
really-
this
but wait.
person thinking that it would be a good idea? You've known this
I'm gonna
person.
get to that.
and
I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
My friend's fiance literally turns to this person with the most exasperated, angered face I've ever seen on him, and says, "I have spent the past 2 months in veterinary medical school. I have not seen my fiance, hugged her in 2 months, let alone slept with her in 2 months. I'm taking this room." I just slow clapped for one. And I said, "You know what? Take the two twins. Me and Bob, the other guy, we'll just take the living room. We'll make it work. Just go away. I essentially doomed her to her cubby hole for the week, just to keep her the fuck away from everybody. I had to sleep on an air mattress and a pull-out couch, both of which suck, as I'm sure everyone here knows. But it was better than the alternative. Okay. There are social constructs that we all tend to abide by.
Nah.
This individual has no social ability, I'm going to call it, whatsoever. I've never actually met somebody like this before.
You live a great life.
I mean, I've met selfish people, but I've never met somebody who was stupid, selfish. Just this giant clusterfuck of negative.
You live a great life.
Just a very unattractive person, you mean?
And
not physically, but just inside. She could be a 10.
The kicker was most of her complaints were about her own weight. She made jokes for herself saying, "Oh, I'm so fat, I can't do this right," and we're sitting here like, really? Like, we're having a casual conversation about normal shit, and she's like, "I'm just too fat for that. I couldn't enjoy that if I was doing it." Like, really? We haven't heard that the past 60,000 times today alone.
No, you?
I don't like those rain clouds of people where it's just like
She was an
just
actual
me
rain cloud.
away from them.
So getting back
Debbie
to
Downers.
why did they bring her? In the beginning of the trip, the person who invited us, whose parents owned the timeshare, turned to ask us, is she being annoying? This is the first 3 hours we've all been together. Is she annoying you guys? We're like, no, she's probably just being awkward because she's meeting new people. It's okay. 3 days later, I'm cooking dinner, headphones on because I like to cook to music, and it's just low enough that I can hear the three of them, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, and the sister, talking with the cousin who is currently holed up in her cubbyhole on her computer.
I thought you were gonna say you had a glass of water next to you. You could see it shaking as she was coming.
No. But I hear them talking about how, and I quote you on this, why did we even fucking bring her? And then the cousin, the sister, who was apparently the one who invited her, said, "Remind me to never take her anywhere ever again. This was a huge mistake."
A huge mistake. But you know something?
Huge.
They realized it, and that's enough.
They realized it and then spent the next 3 days of the final 6 days of this trip both apologizing, and then the boyfriend's sister spent the rest of her time literally shitting on her for the remainder. Whenever she complained about her weight,
she's laying on the bed, just pulled the pants down,
no, literally. Like, if she complained about her weight, really? You're still going on about this? How about you shut up? If she made an awkward joke, literally, please stop. You're annoying us. She just went off. Like, she snapped.
That girl's
and
just
it was
gonna
an
kill
amazing
herself
thing.
now.
Yeah.
No, she was fine. She's just fine. She
for
thought
now,
people were
till she kills herself.
not my
Always
problem.
right around the corner.
Yeah, literally one Twinkie away, and I don't even care.
She'll jog half
People
a
like
block
that,
and have a
people-
heart attack.
People like
ending it
that,
all.
I have no sympathy towards. It's like,
And I'm taking
let
everyone
yourself
with
get this way. It's a whole in the situation at that point. It's so those are the only two negative blemishes on my trip, which I blew that one up because, as BG said, huge mistake. But other than that, highly suggest Wisconsin Dells. It's in Wisconsin, but actually a lot of fun. The place was a little pricey.
I thought it was
the
in
food
Michigan.
No.
I
And
like
then
that. I
you
like that
respond
asterisk.
seriously.
No, it wasn't, as a matter of fact.
No,
Did you have any cheese curds?
Yes, the squeaky kind.
Boy, those are delicious.
Never had.
Oh my god, amazing! Went to a cheese shop in the area, and so good. They also had in-house made like oils for dipping bread in, and as an Italian New Yorker, I thought I was like, none of this could beat what I'm used to back home. Oh boy, was that fucking wrong. I found one of their roasted garlic oil. I was just like, okay, this who made this? This guy is off the fucking boat. I want to meet him, shake his hand. His name has got to be Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
Good stuff. I was impressed with the entire trip. Again, Wisconsin Dells highly suggest. There's a breakfast place called Paul Bunyan's. It's an all-you-can-eat family-style breakfast place. Holy Christ. The Midwest knows how to eat.
I think that's just America.
No. There's
Nah,
a
it's the
difference.
Midwest.
Yeah. It's whew. Everything, even though it was expensive at this place, portions, good. Quality, good. I was just, you're like, okay, I'm paying for what I'm getting. I'm not paying for a tourist trap. I was impressed. Because every time I've ever been away, yeah, Disney, wherever I've ever been,
Oh,
it's like, okay, you're
two-star
paying
that mother to my dying day.
You're paying $13 for a McDonald's burger.
Wow,
essentially.
you gave it above a 1. Interesting.
Yeah,
They had
because I ate it.
they had napkins 2 stars.
Plus, they had this s'mores drink. Fantastic.
Again, everything that's s'mores is delicious.
It was
except it's
alcohol,
not. And I've already found stuff that's
Oh
not,
yeah, and
I'm
alcohol.
doing it.
Was that a s'more? No, what was that? Oatmeal cookie shot. That was the thing I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Most food tasting alcohol is terrible. I will debate anybody who says otherwise.
The
Fight me.
s'mores one was fantastic.
Fight me.
Like, okay, you know what? I will redact that statement. There are some things that I do enjoy. The breakfast in bed shot is actually pretty good.
There you go.
Wait, but really though, like, you've never liked soaked rum balls?
Well, is it food with alcohol in it?
Yeah.
No,
it's-
so I'm
it's-
I'm specifically saying alcohol made to taste like food.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around.
No.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like
That's
I
awful.
can't do
When
chocolate.
did we get to super?
Chocolates. Hey.
We're there now.
Well, no.
We get to the ride.
Da.
This is the ride.
Shouldn't you end with him?
Now, why would you think that my story would take anything less than like 30 minutes, Mike? Honestly, why is this the end? Why is this 10 minutes before?
So there is a story, is what you're saying.
Yes, of course.
Oh,
there
that's a
is.
terrible one. Just from the little I know.
Oh.
Let me say this right now. I was at work. I don't think he's gonna have time to tell it tonight because I'm sure people have things to do in the morning.
okay,
so we
okay.
can save it
Next
till
week,
And I
next
want
week.
my super.
And so this is the teaser for that one. I was at work. I checked my phone. Then like, call me right now. Just go with it. He sends me a text.
No, I need a favor.
Oh, no.
And call me. Just
Call
go
me
with
right
it.
now. Just go with it.
Famous
So,
last
like-
words.
Hold on. Let me go see what he's talking about. Go into
No,
the
it was like 2 minutes. I was like, what is he doing? And yeah, because I got pissed off. I was like, crap, I'm going to have to go with Mike now. And as soon as I pulled out my phone to text Mike, I saw you calling. And I was pissed.
Oh,
Come on,
you
BG.
don't know how much I would have relished that. Like,
He would have
if
been like,
I would have been so happy. I would have
Yeah.
been so happy.
let's not have that happen.
Next time, call me. Do it.
It was 120 seconds, and that was enough to go. Where is this mother? You gave that old taxi dude double the time he said. You couldn't give me 2 minutes.
Okay, here was the situation. Group of friends mixing, which I say is always a bad thing.
Always
Always a
bad.
bad thing. It's like, hey, let's all go to this. Let's all go to get something to eat. Let's go to the Chinese buffet. And I'm like, I don't like Chinese. You guys can go ahead. No. We can just. There's a whole strip of food. We can go here. We can just, make a whole day of it. I'm like, oh, damn, it's a con. I'm not trying to eat for the con. So as we're walking out, that's when I text BG. And the convention center is very, very big, and we were at the game room and walking towards these huge stairs, and then at like maybe 20 feet from the stairs is the door, and I'm like, okay, I've got about 3 minutes to get to the door, and once I'm out that door, game over. So as I'm walking towards the stairs, I'm like, BG, come on, call me right now, do the favor.
So this is where I come in.
Oh,
So,
no.
Get it at work. I'm like, It's okay. What does he want?
How can he just text me? I don't know what's going on here.
I hate people that call instead of texting. Texting is so easy and quick. It gives me all the information without hearing your voice or the stupid small talk. Hey, how's your day going? Just ask what you need to ask or tell me what you need to tell me, and I will get back to you when I can. Anyway, he's like, call me. Just go with it. I call him. I step away. I call him. I'm like, yo. He's like, oh, what's up? I'm like, and this was the last sentence I said. It wasn't even a full sentence. You said you needed a He cut me off immediately. Oh, you're upstairs right now?
Like, I'm at Shurokon. Oh, what? You're upstairs right now? Really? And I go to the people where I'm like, oh yeah, my friend who I haven't seen in years is upstairs. I'm going upstairs to go meet him.
And I hear that part of the conversation too. Even though
And I'm walking upstairs like, oh yeah, how have you been? And as soon as I'm out of earshot, I'm like, dude.
I was containing my laughter throughout the entire. As soon as he said, "Oh, you're upstairs," I knew what he was going for.
Like he's gonna get it very soon.
And I stopped talking and just let him go. And I was just containing my laughter. And the second he was on the other side, he was like, "Dude, these people. This guy, he's super nice, but I don't want to say nothing to him. But I had to get away." And the conversation ended with, "That's all I needed from you." He ain't saying that to me.
And that was all.
All right. So next week, I am so looking forward to this.
It's a bad one.
Oh yes!
I realize a lot of my stories have similar tropes: a weapon, the cops, some sort of sexual angle.
Oh no!
2 of those are involved with this.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yes. Yeah.
Bruh,
All right.
that con is up the block.
It's a 45-minute drive, and it's a portal into another dimension.
Bruh, that bro was so on point though.
All
that
right,
was such
Super.
like a-
Let's just talk. Let's
really?
end it on Super.
Also, One Piece is fantastic. Jesus Christ.
I'm behind like 2 weeks.
Super. What's the last time we talked about Super?
Last week.
I'm gonna take a completely different angle from you.
Really?
Yes.
Go ahead with your angle, Dan.
100%. I am much more interested in the manga right now.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yes!
Agreed.
Yes!
Actually, yes.
Because it's right snap dab in the middle of the Trunk stuff, and
Yeah,
they're fighting Zamasu. The dumbest thing happened.
Oh, is it
Yep.
Vegeta turning into
Vegeta
Super
just
Saiyan
goes
God?
God, and it's just like I can just do this now, and I can just switch into Super Saiyan Blue with 0 effects because it was stated in the manga, same timeline, switching into Blue, drained, just switching into it 10%, and he's doing it multiple times. It's like, no, you set up this rule. You did. And now you're just going, but no, though.
Yep.
You can't do that.
Who says he can't?
And Vegeta just having God is just stupid because the whole thing was he was just so strong and so motivated that he just skipped right on past that and went, I'm just gonna train my balls off and obtain this new form better than that garbage. And now he's like, no, I'm taking a back step. Why don't you just go Super Saiyan 3 now? Since he's just going all the way back. It's so stupid. And again, this is just a whole nother continuity. This isn't
Yes,
even
it
the
is.
same thing.
Nope.
Because instead of Trunks just learning the Mufuba like that, Goku just does it.
Yep.
Does he?
But
Yep.
when he does
Yeah,
it,
he
he's just
does.
like, man, I'm so drained, I can't even go blue.
So that concept of Flash transforming was done like 3 years ago in Dragon Ball Multiverse with Future Trunks.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like it was Future Trunks versus Vegeta of, the normal timeline, the normal universe. And basically Trunks never learned how to go Super Saiyan 2 but he would be in Super Saiyan for the speed, and then in the instant of an attack, go
He'd
Ultra.
go Ultra.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like they might be pulling shit.
I would actually be inclined to agree.
'Cause I feel like I've seen this happen before.
Yeah.
I've seen this somewhere, but I cannot place where I've seen just the snap into something just for the power boost and then snap.
Also, I'd like to talk about how the fact that they completely neglected
Beetleborgs.
Zamasu's abilities. Like, you remember that whole stupid scythe clone thing? That didn't happen. Literally, Vegeta started beating the piss out of fucking Black, and then Goku tried to Mafua, and they were like, "Oh well, shit, they're both doing weird shit. Fuck it, fuse time!" And now they're fused.
And that's
All
it.
in one chapter. All that happened. What took literally a month of episodes to do, they did in a single fucking chapter of 12
So
pages.
if we're going by, I will do air quote normal rules of like manga to anime. All of that extra fight shit is technically filler.
Yep.
It came
Everything
came
in
out
Super
first.
is either filler or canon.
100% filler or 100% canon. There is
Yep.
no in between.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that was the air quotes.
So now they're fused,
And you
that
can't even
means
go by
next
the manga
chapter.
because Frieza just doesn't happen in the manga.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But now
Because
that
Super
means the
Saiyan
next
Rage
chapter
just
is
doesn't
going
even
to
happen in the manga.
The next chapter is going to be Vegito. So we're going to see a whole new continuity of how they're going to deal with Vegito now.
The Patora earrings.
Yep.
The rule doesn't exist of the 30 minutes. It's just like, oh, you're fused forever in this one. Oh,
Good.
okay.
And then
As
who
it
eats them
should
and
be.
fixes the continuity. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Walt.
What's that scythe? How did you do that? What's going on?
It's cool though.
That's super. They couldn't even write him to spout out one line of dialogue.
Nope.
Going, this is the ultimate power. You wouldn't even understand it, mortal.
I watched Soul Eater.
Done. And he just went, oh, it's something. And, you know.
Even I don't know what it does.
But that's my whole thing about the manga. It's the dumbest. Shut up. It's the dumbest.
So you're right. You took a whole different approach. I'm going into the anime. This arc is going to be trash nugget balls.
Well, we won't know for another month because it's just gonna be a whole month of recruiting.
Even though we've known who's recruited since the very
We
beginning.
have it. It's a surprise. It's a secret.
Oh,
Android 17.
what? Vegeta may not join because of his baby that should have already been born. Huh?
And people are like, well, maybe he loves them so much that he takes them into the hyperbolic time chamber, and that's how Brock gets older. Like, that's so stupid.
Let's take a
No
human
people
woman
are-
into a place that is 10 times normal gravity to give birth. That sounds great.
So, what they're saying is, he can't spend a day away from his children, 4 days away from his wife and child, to save the universe. Yeah, people suck. People have bad. I'll say this off air to DA, but I'm arguing with people about Jinbei. It's not good.
Wait, what's going on? I haven't read One Piece in a week now. So what's going on with Jinbei?
Nothing really.
Just
I
the
think
fact-
I think he did something cowardly, and people disagree.
He's a coward.
People disagree.
He's
Wait,
a
okay,
golden
explain.
coward.
Disagree.
Explain. I don't care about spoilers. I'll read the chapter. Just tell me what's going on.
Ended
He
on
asked
this.
Big Mom to. This was like half a year ago. He asked Big
Oh.
Mom, "Can he join Luffy's crew?" Big Mom said, "Sure. Once you do this roulette thing, that I'll either take some of your life or
An arm, a leg, whatever.
something. All you gotta do is do this roulette thing, and you're free to go." And later on, we learned he was just like, "Nope, don't want to do that," but he still defected anyway.
Well, didn't he? I think I read that chapter. Didn't he tell Nami and everybody that it's a con?
No, he doesn't know it's a con. He said, "I didn't do it because it smelled of death and ill will."
Yeah,
she's
he had a
taking
feeling
life
it was a
from
con.
people. She literally
Yeah,
taking
he had
life.
Yeah, he's like, he had a feeling it was a con, so he was like, you know what?
No, he didn't have a feeling
Fuck
it was
that.
con. He had a feeling it smelled of death and ill will.
I'm calling that a con.
Even so, one, he wants to do this on the up and up with Big Mom. Whatever. Either he's a coward, he's stupid, or he's naive.
I
Those are
think
the only
Jinbei's
things it could be.
naive.
Because he knows about the roulette thing. He knows what happens when people defect. So he wants to go to Big Mom, ask for her blessing, and he knows he's gonna have to spin the roulette. Or he's a liar.
He didn't just dip. He
No.
could have just dipped, but he didn't.
So once he does that, he's like, nope, I don't want to do that, which means he's basically telling Big Mom, I'm going to stay under you, except he still defects. So he's just lying there. People go, oh, he's an honorable guy, so he wanted to do it on the up and up. But he just lied to Big Mom's face. He got into a fight with a Yonko when he had no threat of being injured or anything. So that's the opposite of being a coward. That's being brave. No, he just joined the fight. He didn't start. He ran away from his fight. Just ran away from it. That's what happened. He ran away. I'll just show you the conversation. So, the super anime. We start with this entirely stupid art. Why are the Zenos not villains? Explain it to me, anybody.
Ridiculous.
Why are the Zenos not Zenos?
No, why are they not villains?
Oh, villains. Just because they're the kings.
No, that's not good enough.
Oh, no, that was a half-hearted answer.
Okay, even that's not good enough. Because the Kai's thing is to protect their planet first, whatever. The gods thing, you have gods of destruction and such. Once planets become too many planets or whatever, they start destroying planets, saving the universe's ecosystem, so on and so forth.
Equality, balance.
The Zenos are just like, boop,
We're bored.
let's play with these planets. There's just billions dead. Come on, this is boring now. There's getting to be too many universes. Let's just wipe them all out except one. If this was said by a villain, everyone would be just fighting against them. Everyone. This tournament is going to be so crap. So, Goku essentially easily defeats the person he's fighting.
100%. He just goes raw blue Kaioken and just massacres them.
And it's just like, well, that was fun. Then the next guy rolls on through and it's just like, I'm the second strongest and I was keeping up with you, so it's going to be a problem when you face the strongest. Except Goku did not go blue until near the end, and he also did not, Jesus Christ, says the stupidest line I've ever heard in my life. This is what happens when I push past my limit. That is not your limit! You can't just go, I'm pushing past my limit now. This is what happens when I do that. No! That means whatever you push past now, that's your limit. Stupid! So, the tournament isn't really a tournament as much as a battle royale where all universes are fighting at the exact same time. Gohan says we need a strategy. Why? You knock people out.
If there only needs to be one person, Goku's already shown in his battle with Bata and Jace that he can just cross his arms and just extend them and just send energy out that just blows people away. You can do that, you win in less than a minute. You knock your people off, you knock everybody else off as well. And you're the last one standing. You can't fly.
Krillin could easily jump up, say, hey everyone, and do a solar flare and just casually push all of them off. There are so many ways to go about them winning.
Like 5 of them could do that. Krillin, Goku, Tien, I'm
There's gonna
assuming
be
Gohan.
There's gonna be no.
Yeah, Gohan can do solar
Piccolo.
flare. Hasn't Gohan done solar flare?
No, not in
No,
the show.
no. Oh, it was filler.
Mm.
Right.
How are people gonna get a shine in this arc when you have
They're named Goku.
Yeah.
when you have what 70 people fighting at once? It's gonna be like wrestling battle royale. It's not gonna get interesting until you get down to the final like 10.
But it's gonna
And
be
what
this year's Royal Rumble, is what you're saying.
I look at it like this. There's going to be about 6 of our universe left when it gets down to the actual final people, and that's when people are gonna start shining. Get your shine up. Anyway, this arc has the potential to be even worse than the first tournament arc.
Ooh, agreed.
The only thing that I have liked out of this so far was Boo. Him actually getting to fight. Only thing.
This is what I disliked about all of that. Boo essentially plays with his food and then just goes,
I was about to say
"That's enough of that."
This is still a 10 fighting a 4. There was no threat there.
These are multi-episode fights that should have legit been one episode combined, and it would have just, cause Boo and Goku's fights were essentially, let's get them out of here. It would have been over if they would have worked any modicum of serious. Gohan, oh Jesus,
Why are people still excited for him?
why?
It's over.
It's over. He needs glasses, bruh. Like, it's over.
I have Super Saiyan contacts. I have special eyes.
Super has been one long disappointment.
I wouldn't say that because I wasn't expecting anything. I can't say it was a disappointment. If it's
After Battle of Gods,
oh, Super. I thought you meant this arc.
no, Super.
Oh
has-
no, Super. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeesh.
Battle of God started it off, and then Resurrection. I feel like, okay, whatever.
Speaking of Battle of Gods, I got my beer signed.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He tweeted it.
Oh, that. I was at work and I just thought I'm like, oh, that was basically my. It was the hype. I think I retweeted it.
Of
Yes,
course,
you
always
did,
retweet that
Because I
stuff.
saw it.
Yep.
So yeah, that was.
Beerus the
Okay.
Tsundere Beerus, as he stands now, sadly. All right. With that, I am looking forward to next week. I want to heir this story so bad.
Same.
I
need more
also
Kindle
have,
stories
like,
in my life.
After this story is over, I think this little game that I want to do for us will make even more sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. Next week, you will want to tune in. I mean it.
Oh, agreed.
You will want to tune
Definitely.
in.
Nah.
Yes.
Oh, can I also say, I just stopped watching Walking Dead.
Wait, really?
Boy, I have not seen a single episode this season.
I saw the first episode. The
I
season
will
premiere.
mark that down for next week if we have
Yeah,
the time.
let's talk about that next time.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next week.
Later.